Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain. And we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
It's fucking rock.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Make the fucking catch. God,
so the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
I'm hoping you got to make these fucking catches.
This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson steps away, and he's going to keep it here.
Get out of here.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off.
That should have been a sack.
First down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check. Fresno. 18.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
So we got man.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and short. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Check. Lucky. Alert.
Throwing is Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
36.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, throw left side, complete to Moss. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I should have put him on the line.
319. 56. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Duuvall. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's complete. Hooper. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers.
Come on.
With hands.
What are you doing, big dog?
Speed,
how you missing that block? Like, fuck. You set it on the fucking line. Give me something. God damn. Give me fucking something. 7 on the fucking line, man.
Hey, no. 319. 6 man. Check curls. Patchy.
On 2nd down, it's Moss. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 45 on second down, Rodgers. And
Rodgers.
Incomplete.
What are you doing right now, my guy?
That time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
What are you doing, my guy? Come on, Rodgers.
Something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's complete. Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run on first down. Moss. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Well, oh my fucking goodness. Get rid of the fucking ball. It's a screen, my guy. It's a fucking screen. Let me throw the fucking rock.
Last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum.
Damn, I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing it. What the fuck are you waiting on, fucking EA?
How do they keep making it
God
happen?
damn.
Different looks, different disguises.
It's a fucking
different
quick
angles
throw.
that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
Come on, QB, come on. Back north. 56.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
How's that a miss?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll find Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker.
Look, Russell could get that shit off.
2nd and 2.
But I can't get my fucking play off.
Down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit
so
that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Wide, get wide. Go, guys, 4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
and 10 at the 15-yard line.
I might as well just play with my fucking
no score after one
developer.
on EA Sports.
God damn. Everything, man. I might as well just play with this motherfucker. At least you have a reason to make fucking errant throws after errant throws. Damn.
Mike, 49. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Now it's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 29, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
This guy's
He
like
was
literally
looking for his
pissing me
tight
off.
end, Hunter Henry. And now it's third
Missing that,
down.
Rodgers. Like, what are you doing, my guy?
There, but the best quarterback,
What are you fucking doing, my guy? Damn.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great
How
hitter
you
in
fucking
baseball,
missing that?
who's going to
Like,
fail
come
7
on,
out of
man.
10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They open, it's Moss complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Rodgers from the downhill throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. On first down, Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Way to go, my guy.
sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Don't worry, I just slid it to that side anyway.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Rodgers now operating from the gun. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a 33-yard attempt.
I missed this one. I don't know how, but I missed it.
And it bangs off the right upright. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll go special.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Going from, oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 77 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
So DK just beating
correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple
right
fly
off the line.
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly routes go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
He just beat my guy off the line, right? Goodness. Should be at least 6-14.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. From the 29, Rodgers. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Wow. Fuck, man. Fucking better than Griffin.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Linda. I know that's Wagner, but you gotta hold them longer, dog. You gotta hold them longer, dog. Earn your fucking paycheck.
Dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got an artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Fuck, man. I don't get it. Fucking the fucking offensive line is so fucking trash.
Mike 96, Mike 96. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey, 626. Mike 96, Mike 96. Hey, Haywood. What we got? Box it. 96. Get
Bro.
And that'll set him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
That's not out.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 31, Wilson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Can he fucking jump for that?
Force the incompletion.
Can he jump for that?
One thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he will
get the fuck out of here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
I got the inside position, and he doesn't go up for it.
Now Myers for the extra point.
Oh, my goodness.
And it is now 21-0.
I got the inside position. He doesn't go up for it. This shit is beyond fucking terrible. Rodgers just missing every fucking thing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with the pick.
How do you miss?
Able to take this one back.
Yo, these fucking sides are fucking ridiculous, my guy. Like, come on. How the fuck I'm missing him that far left on the fucking...
But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
On the 91 fucking accuracy. Get out of here, man.
A little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
God damn.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No fucking pressure, nothing. And he misses fucking wildly. Right. Get out of here.
After the interception, here's Wilson. This
So
one into the hands
stupid.
of Metcalf. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
An ex-teammate used
God,
to tell
it's
me
just
all the
so
time, I
fucking stupid.
hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Don't worry. I got all these guys who strip. But nobody's actually stripping a goddamn thing.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Here we go, team. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
To throw is Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Should have been a fucking
So
pick.
on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, that just made it a little bit easier.
So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Now, rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
And that is no.
I'm not the only one missing these fucking
And this
kicks.
score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Rodgers is missing wide open throws, man.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Fucking line, man. Come on, dog. Doggies, give me something. Fuck, give me something, man.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them.
You missed that shit.
See how they handle
Oh
any
my
adjustments
goodness.
that might be made defensively.
Make the fucking catch, Simmons. God damn, dog. We needed that. Get the fuck out of here, my guy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, tighten down, tighten down. There you go. He's coming. One left, one left. Double up. Right there. Let's go double count right here, double count. Here it comes. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Get the fucking that slang bullshit out of here.
Alert.
Yeah, I know. Take your ass deep.
Wilson now to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, and it'll bring up third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check four. Let's go double count right here, double count.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
I need to get rid of some of these fucking plays I'm not ever going to use.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Let me fucking snap the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
This is beyond me, man. I can't get not one fucking throw with Amber.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Cut.
From the gun, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him. That is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And on the way in, touchdown Seattle. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. Where the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
How you fucking tired, guy? You only did 3 fucking plays.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
He's picked up just short of midfield. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. I don't fucking get it,
partner.
man.
No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10.
I definitely lost this fucking game. Rodgers is just fucking inactive like a motherfucker.
On the delay, here's Carson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that is incomplete.
Let me get that fucking INT, my guy.
Down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Wilson to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I got 8. And nobody can give me nothing. Nothing. Not now, nada. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, what's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Rodgers now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's got Smith here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Rodgers now on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run.
Oh, hey,
and
not get a
into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will get him one closer. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
God damn it.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
DK should not be outplaying Ramsey at all. But yet, here it is.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stop your whining.
Throwing is Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
We get it.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
We get it.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 55 yards.
We get it. That's my. We get it.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Here's Carson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Check, check. Hey, easy, easy. Check, 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 check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Somebody can get off the blocks. Seattle, but everybody get off my blocks. You hate to see it. You hate to fucking see it.
What? 1080.
I hate to fucking see it.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's
Get this shit off, man. What the fuck y'all doing?
Hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline
like
motioning.
Y'all looking at it.
Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed.
What are y'all doing right now?
If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Okay.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They run for it with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Huge, he's still trying to run up this
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
I got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rodgers again now. And incomplete there.
Going on the outside
picked
shoulder.
off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Throw it on the outside fucking shoulder. You throw it on the outside shoulder. That's fucking, oh my goodness.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Fuck. How the fuck is...
Shoot! Rolling right! He's crashed! 22 jet bomber!
Rodgers going to throw again. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Wrong play, wrong fucking play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Matchbox lights.
Rodgers to throw once more. And this is going to wind up incomplete.
Make the catch, Ross.
The coverage
Make the
there
fucking
too strong
catch.
on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's
Make
staying
the
out there,
fucking
isn't
catch,
he? You
man.
don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's complete. Hooper. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
319.
54. You.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Duuvall.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, Delta. You better be afraid of me. 319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sideline. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
All over the fucking place, man.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Man,
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
For real. And this shit is so fucking aggravating. Because Rams is not getting beat like that in real life.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8
Get
yards.
the fuck out of here.
They run it with Carson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Check 31.
Bang out, bang out, bam, bam. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Switch, switch, switch.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe... grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And this one complete to Smith. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Franks, and finding the tight end Hooper. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On 1st and 10, Franks.
Oh my.
Another wayward pass. Yeah, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is
look at the ball. Come on, Moss. Like, that's fucking 7.
They just play better and better.
At least fucking a huge game. The guy doesn't look at the ball.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Franks. And this is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch the yes! I don't think you got it, son. Why? Who? Hey, what's it? Ready?
To throw on 3rd down, Franks. And he comes back with one complete. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
61. Matchbox. Light. 52. Go.
On 4th down, Franks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Guys, been missing guys all fucking game.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and
Where
his
the
coaching
fuck
staff
are you
would be
going?
emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the game there.
I expect this guy to miss fucking close to these
as this game moves along.
Man.
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
25, 25. Check 13. Check the ball.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go. Here we go.
So it's Seahawk football as we
now you
march
want
toward
to
a
down the
conclusion.
motherfucker.
And they have
fuck
just
outta
about
here. You might
put
as well
this
keep
one on
playing.
ice as they've got
Running
it here.
plays.
1st and 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first.
Keep
They've got two
plays.
more to use here in the final stages.
Now you want to try to fucking take out the clock. Been trying to run the score up. Might as well keep it up.
No. 12.
This is Carson. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Tight end right. Hey, 4 down.
They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, 0.
They'll try and run for it.
Wow.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those
somebody
old school
please
football
get off the fucking
players, isn't
block.
it? Tough, hard, gritty
somebody
run.
please get
Got
off the
behind
fucking
his
block.
pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3
Now, bro,
quarters, no
can
reason to
somebody please
lighten up
get off the
now.
fucking blocks?
Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
God damn.
It's going to go as a loss of a yard,
Nobody
and
was
it'll be
fucking scared.
second
The offensive
down.
line is fucking that good.
At the 23-yard line.
Yeah, fucking Williams or Allen can't get off the fucking blocks.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.